I left a great job to go on a great adventure. My husband was absolutely wonderful about this. I remember coming home and telling him, I work for a data organization and I'm a people person. And we had to have talked for like hours about this, about what I wanted to do in life, what was really my purpose. I kept a dashboard at that point. I used to like guide my own life, but I kept coming back to that one. What do you want to be? What do you want to be? What do you want to be? And I kept scrawling things like, ooh, vice president sounds cool. Or maybe I could be a director. Or maybe I could just be head of something like I was at the time. That sounds really good. And Columbus said, wait a minute. You're giving me your business card, baby. You need to tell me what you actually want to be. That moment took me to a different place. Because I think a lot of us, especially if you're a recovering ACE student, you measure yourself by what's on that business card, what's on your resume, what's on your diploma. You don't measure yourself by some wonderful, glorious, ancient archetype of what you were born to do.
The magic behind the matrix is that you've spent over the course of each of these 8 weeks kind of drilling down on what is that one thing in each of the columns, which are really looking at kind of like, who are you, what do you have, and what do you do?
And I finally realized that in that purpose column for me, I wanted to be a motivator. I needed to be a motivator. I needed to let people know in a non-saccharine way, not in this like, I'm gonna give you a bunch of platitudes and some affirmations, though I believe in them, they're not the only thing that's gonna carry you across the goal line.
And having to narrow down about what is that one thing in each of those boxes, it just, that process of narrowing down, I think, is so healthy. And it really forces you, because you can only have one thing, you really have to dig deep and decide, okay, between 1 and 2, like, what is the most important? Okay, between 2 and 4, what is the most important? Okay, 4 survived, what about 5? And like, that process of really like going through your options, I just feel like it causes you to say, what matters most?
I wanted to help people who struggle from day to day with thinking that they can achieve great things, to get in the lane of achieving great things. Because right now the world needs a lot more of us to achieve great things, to throw caution to the wind, to not pause on putting your face out there because you don't like what your hair looks like today, okay? There are bigger things to do. And that's the reason why we started Blaze. That's why we're on this mission, because time is short. And right now the world needs every single possible game changer and trailblazer to hit the trail and do the work.
I mean, it sounds like a basic question, but I think I am a person who has gone through my entire life struggling with like making decisions. My mom will tell you I am terrible at making decisions. I struggle in situations where I have a lot of options. And so facing this dashboard where I have 12 boxes that can only have in each box one thing, for me is like a nightmare. But the way that Start With You walks you through the process, I think, even though yes, it's scary, and yes, having to narrow down among, literally an entire lifetime full of options for what is most important, having that process and also the community of people that comes with Start With You, it creates a space where it's okay to make those decisions, and also underlines the fact that like, this is a work in progress. Like, yes, you have this one sheet of paper at the end of the program, but it's a living document. Like, Val and I have talked on multiple occasions about maybe one particular box, like in her piece column. Is it A or is it B? And maybe for a while it's A, and then it becomes B, and that's okay. But at that point where you get the clarity of what is most important, it really enables you to just kind of cut out the distractions and really narrow down on those things that matter most.